Well, well. Greetings to you all from this starry realm. It's me, Jake. Welcome aboard. Good to see you all. Whoever's here. Doesn't look like anybody's here yet, so it's just me. Nice. Oh, Darren, you're there. It's nice to see you. I can see you on there, but I can't see you on here yet. So I'm trying to, as usual, figure that out. But happy Tuesday. Hello, David. Greetings, sir. Welcome aboard. Oh, a few seconds ago, I think this is me. It's happening. It's happening to me and us. I've got it turned on. I can see. Gary, yes. Hello. Darren, greetings. And David, my sister Sue. Sue, you're here and you're vaccinated. Well done. Rich, greetings. Laura, hello to you in Atlanta, back home again. Brad, hello. All's well here on a Tuesday. I'm pretty sure. I think all's well here on a Tuesday. I've got the Star Trek stars. I'm excited about that. I've got the children's Bible. I've got the letter from Grandma. It feels pretty good. The weather's nice. Beautiful day in the ocean today. Happy pre-hump day, Rich. Exactly. Pre-hump day. I like it. I like the sound of it. Did I flip the camera around? I think I did. Didn't I? Can you read this? Yes, I flipped it around. I did it. I did the thing that I wanted to do. So Keith, yes, greetings to you. Where are I in the house? Where am I in the house? I'm where I always am. I'm in my office. Why are you here, Darren? I'm in my office, which is a little room, kind of in the basement. We've got a house that we live in, and then there's another house that we rent out, which is got an office in our laundry area downstairs. Oh, you and Uma are getting your second shot on Friday, Keys. Well, good for you. Plan on taking it easy that day. That's my advice, because that's what we had to do. We had to take it easy because it was we were a little pooped after our second shot. But there we are. Oh, isn't that nice? See, it's me again. So what are you saying? EDUD is a failed internet thing. Is it, Scott? I guess like pets.com. You're all Pfizered up, David. Good for you. Yeah, I'm Pfizered up as well. Greetings to you. So yeah, I've got it switched around the right way. You can read that. So that means that the camera is flipped in the way that it's supposed to be flipped, which means that I think that I'm pointing that way when really I'm pointing that way. So what have I got? I got the children's Bible for today. So let's get into it, because today is I've had my second day of jiu-jitsu today. I can show you my swollen thumb. It's swelled up since yesterday. So these are the two thumbs. So you can see this one that's the lumpy one. Put a little arnica on it. I've been icing it. Feels okay. Bit sore. I taped it up and then did a little jiu-jitsu this morning. So that was good. Todd, you're half Pfizered. Rich, what'd you say? I lied and told your family you were having a bad reaction, so you didn't have to do anything the day after your shots. Well, that's a smart move. That if I was a life coach, that's what I would have told you to do. Scott, this is your second shots today. This is what you should do. Tell everybody you're tired, and take it easy. David, yeah, it's not pretty. This thing, pretty, but my friend taped it up for me. And I was able to, not 100%, but I was able to go to class, and I had a great time. It was great to see a couple friends that I hadn't seen yet for a while. All right, so today's, it's crossing the Red Sea today, and check this out. Isn't that nice? That's a nice photo there of the parting of the Red Sea, and it's gushing back in as everybody makes their way across. It's today going to be I don't know. It's just a one-pager, so it's a short one today. I think we're all familiar with this. If you remember, previously in the Bible, Oh, Keys, you're saying the question is, in 6 months, are we going to have to get vaccinated again? I don't know, but I'm up for it. If that's what I got to do, that's what I'm going to do. If I got to get vaccinated again, I'll get vaccinated again. I can't. I don't know. Maybe we're going to have to get vaccinated again. Maybe we're going to have to lock down again. Maybe we're going to keep going back and forth between being vaccinated and locking down. Or, oh, that's a fun effect, isn't it? Ooh, I don't know what's going to happen. Jen, you're here just in time. The crossing of the Red Sea. Previously in the Bible, Moses was having a bit of a tough negotiation with Pharaoh to let his people go. And finally, after killing everyone's firstborn child, the Pharaoh agreed to the deal. And I think that the toughness of that deal was entirely on him. He had his chance. He had his chance to let everybody go at I think it was lice and then flies. He had plenty of chances. So God led his people out of Egypt and through the wilderness. At the edge of the Red Sea, God led them by day as a column of cloud and by night as a column of fire, so they should know which way to go. Column of cloud, column of fire. Nowadays, you don't really see a column of fire guiding you around. That would be, I don't know what they've got at the Bible Museum, that weird creationist museum they've got. But your tour guide today is going to be a column of fire. Oh, that's too bad. We really hope to get the column of cloud. It's such a hot day. The column of fire, that's a bummer. But Pharaoh, again, hardened his heart, angry that he had let his slaves leave. God, this Pharaoh, he just cannot, everybody thinks that pharaohs know what they're doing. King Tut must have been a moron. This isn't that Pharaoh, but he gave orders to the officers of his army to make ready, and he himself led a force of 600 chariots, as well as horsemen and foot soldiers, against the Israelites. Oh my God, this Pharaoh is a real a-hole. A-hole. The Israelites were camped on the shore when they saw the Egyptians' army approaching. They turned in terror to Moses. Why did you take us from our comfortable captivity only to let us die here in the wilderness? Comfortable captivity? You were slaves. That's not what Moses says, but he might have said that, but that's not here in the children's Bible. Don't be afraid, Moses reassured them. The Lord will protect you from harm. Yeah, well, this Pharaoh is a bigger jerk than you think. As he spoke, the column of cloud moved over the Egyptians so that they were in darkness. Who turned out the lights, Egyptians? Then, following the word of the Lord, Moses stretched his hand over the sea. Immediately, a strong wind sprang up, and the waters parted, and a passage of dry land appeared along the seabed. Moses led his people along the path, the waters like a high wall on either side of them. As soon as the Pharaoh saw what was happening, he and his army came galloping in pursuit. Ooh, big mistake, Pharaoh. You're lucky that God didn't go for the column of fire and just take out the whole army of chariots, but he didn't do that. But as his horsemen and his hundreds of chariots thundered over the dry sand, the Lord commanded Moses again to stretch out his hand. The waters of the Red Sea closed over the Egyptians. Ha ha ha, Egyptians! And every man was drowned. He's killed all the firstborn. He's killed the cattle. He's locusts. They ate all the food. Their firstborns all died. And now he's drowned all their chariot drivers. Oh, these Egyptians can really take a beating. But the children of Israel reached the far side of the sea in safety. And when they saw how God had protected them, they gave grateful thanks to God and to the prophet Moses. Oh, you should have been kissing both of these guys' butts earlier when they sent all these plagues and killed everyone but everyone's firstborn, but all your firstborns. But man, they did do that. They did do that. Come on, let's be realistic here. They sang a song of praise, recalling the happy escape of the children of Israel from their long years of slavery and their crossing of the Red Sea. Now they're singing, but just a minute ago, on the other side of the Red Sea, previously on the other side of the Red Sea, they're like, why did you take us out of our comfortable place where we lived, where we were all slaves? Oh, thank you for taking this. These. We find out later that this is a tough bunch to lead for Moses. Then Miriam, Aaron's sister, took up her tambourine and, calling the women to follow her, led them in a dance along the water's edge. Now that's an interesting detail to put in the crossing of the Red Sea, that Miriam does a little tambourine concert, and all the ladies have a little dance once they've crossed the Red Sea. So don't forget to do that. Next time the AAA comes and tows you out of a ditch or changes your tire or sparks up your battery and starts your car, bust out your tambourine and have a little dance on the side of the road. That's how they did it back in the Bible. All you need is a tambourine and a positive attitude, and you can start a party wherever you are. Keys Ramses was the first butter dick. You wouldn't believe how many ask, most joking, some serious, has to do with the deltoid. Somebody's asking about a shot up there. Oh. Rich, you said your parents went to the Creationist Museum for fun. I would go. I think it's in Kentucky. It's run by an Australian guy, which is weird to me. That hey, we're the nation of Christian zealots. We got to have an Australian guy come over and build a tourist attraction for them? That seems absurd. Okay, I'm just... Rich, you're saying you take a booster shot every month. It means we can go back to normal. Yeah, I think I would too. I don't think it's going to come to an every month booster. That would be ridiculous. But they just sell them in a little 6-pack. You can get a White Claw and a booster at your corner liquor store. Do you think if you asked them to give a shot in the butt, they would do it? I don't think they would, Keys, but I think it'd be fun to ask. And I'm sure that you're not the only person who asked. I'm sure of that. Pick, you're saying you heard 3 to 4 years before a booster? Well, I'm up for that too. The way you see it, Laura, if you get the flu shot each year and it's no biggie, you end up needing an annual COVID shot. You think you can handle it? I think they're going to combine them if that's the case. Or you'll be able to get them at the gas station. Do you want a car wash? No, thank you on the car wash. How about a COVID shot? Yeah, I'm coming in. I'll get the COVID shot. I'll take that. Scott, you're saying, I thought writing was going to be the worst of the cast of your dominant hand bone chip fracture. Then you finally use the restroom. Some things aren't easy left-handed. Yeah. Well, I got my shots in the dominant or non-dominant arm. And that's also coincidentally the arm that the thumb that I've injured is the non-dominant thumb. Dan, so that's where you were saying Darren has to be the deltoid. Well, let's see if Keys can find that out for himself. Dance in front of the van down by the river. Yes. Sue, Sister Sue, you're saying you did a little tambourine impromptu dance after your vaccine today. Well, good for you. Good for you. Tambourine party quote should be on a t-shirt. Yeah, well, why not? It was a funny thing to put at the end of the story, just like, oh, by the way, this happened also after all the things that you just saw. One of the people who got vaccinated brought an accordion to your observation area and played music for almost an hour. Oh, I bet it was awesome. Accordion music can go both ways, but most of the time I enjoy a nice accordion if it's in the hands of someone who knows what they're doing. Not like me yesterday. It's right here. I can pick it up anytime I want. It's the bagpipes. The bagpipes are maybe, I would say 20%, and that's being generous of the time. When you hear bagpipes, it's a positive experience, and the rest of the time, less bagpipes. But that's me. Tambourines and bongos are welcome at breakfast. Sue, nice. Well, I don't know what summer camp you went to, Sue, but I'll remind that of Fanula. We have a Jake Fest. Sorry. Well, they might also be welcome at breakfast. Yes, I have some bongos. Maybe I'll bring them to Jake Fest. We'll have to see. I'm starting to think Jake Fest might have to happen locally here to me in order to be able to do all the things we want to do. All right. So today's letter from Grandma and Charlotte. And Charlotte writes a tiny little note because Grandma really does give you the whole story usually. And this is back in 1982, November of 1982, November 24th. So just a little before Thanksgiving. She says, your parents and Moochkas stopped by yesterday, Sunday, on the way home from Maxine and Lyle's for a few minutes. That's a couple that my parents were friends with. They had, I think, 4 daughters it was, and who were kids at the same time as my sister and I. And they were, I guess, traveling with my parents to see my uncle, Lyle, and Maxine. My dad and his brother got along pretty well. Pauline, that's my mom's, said Sue has a ride with a girl who lives in Sparta, which is a town near us in Wisconsin, Tuesday, and then Pauline will take them back. Oh, I'm not sure where Sue is at this time. I think Charlotte is going Wednesday evening to spend Thanksgiving Day with them. It is 82, so I'm in San Francisco at this time for not quite a year yet. Hazel Jip from the Wallenstein Jip Green store, that was their general store there in Lincoln, which they don't even have anymore, died last week and was buried Saturday. Sad, but again, this is almost 40 years ago now, or 30 years ago. No, 40. 40 years. I've almost been doing stand-up comedy for 40 years. Asterisk on this last year. So many people, and there was so much food brought to the church for lunch. Big turnout for Hazel Jip's funeral. Her youngest son came from Dallas, that's in Texas, to be with her at Thanksgiving and didn't know it until he stepped off the plane that she had passed away. Her daughter Doris lives on a farm in the country. Mother says, that's my mother, says, you are coming home for Christmas and they are going to Grandpa and Grandma Johansson's December 26th, and you want to go to Ames too. I guess I probably did, because that's where I went to college and I had a lot of friends there. Bring your warm sweater and overcoat. Solid advice for Christmas time in Iowa. It's a very cold today. Snowed in the eastern part of Iowa. Our windows were frozen over this AM. Woolco is going out of business in Marshalltown. Kmart is in the Montgomery Ward store. So it sounds like Montgomery Ward is going out of business. Kresge's is going to move out to the Kmart. They're a downtown store. They quit serving meals this year. Had our thanks offering at church Sunday, the 21st. Food will go to the Presbyterian Old Folks Home at Ackley Sunday before the new budget pass, a little higher than last year. Oh, the church has raised their budget. That's good. They're raising some funds. Kmart, Kresge's, Kroger. There's a lot of shakeup in the disco. This is pre-Walmart days, obviously. From time to time, they publish how much the Sunday offering is, and it is never quite enough to run expenses for a week. Ooh, the church is in a little bit of dodgy financial trouble. Are you thinking about school? I hope next semester. Yeah, well, I've just moved to San Francisco, so the push is on for me to come back and go back to school. That I've just lost my mind for a year, and I've gone out to San Francisco, and I'm going to come home with my tail between my legs, ready to get into nursing school or something. Hazel's son, John, is a mechanical engineer in Dallas. Something to do for space. Oh, he's a mechanical engineer for space. Hope you have a nice Thanksgiving. Will Rita, that's my cousin who lives right near me in San Francisco, or your friend. Take care of Gracie Kitty when you're gone. My friend, my roommate, Paul, I think she means. Stray Kitty here has had rabies shot and distemper and a flu shot. Cats are getting flu shots, everybody. And you don't want to get your COVID vaccine, That's ridiculous. Lots of love, Grandma. Dennis is coming home Wednesday evening for November 25th for Thanksgiving. So Dennis is their neighbor who's the same age as me, lives across the street. And let's see what Charlotte has to say in this letter. Hope you had a nice Thanksgiving. We're looking forward to seeing you at Christmas. Are you thinking about enrolling at Iowa State second semester in aerodynamics or electrical engineering or some such area? Love to you, Charlotte. Oh, Grandma and Charlotte, banging the drum slowly. Bang the drum slowly. Didn't work out. Didn't go their way. But they really were consistent and persistent. And I know it's not a motivational Monday, but those are two qualities to try and aim for. And even though they were doing something that I was not on board for, their consistency and their persistence is to be admired. I mean, of course, this is true of all the time when you lose somebody. But I wish that I could talk to them and tell them how much I'm enjoying these letters now. If you believe that, looking down from up there. All right. Is anyone else completely unable to go to Jake Fest if it's in Santa Monica? Lol. Yeah, well, look, I've been doing Jake Fest in Santa Monica every day at 3 p.m. on Facebook for the last year, and so far I could barely get Lady Jerry to show up. So you're right, Jen. It's ridiculous. It's not going to be in Santa Monica. I take it back. Keys, you're out. Everybody's out. Who's in college? Sue's in college. Yes, I know you're in college, Sue. I think she was talking about you were going to go across there and get a ride. Anyway, Darren, you were in junior high in 82. Well, it's good to see everybody check in to when these letters from Grandma were written and received. Please, please, please don't throw me into the Santa Monica Briar Patch. Oh, Pick, you do want to come to Santa Monica. But anyway, Jake Fest, Jamaica. Joan, I like the way you're thinking. I've never been to Jamaica, but I don't think Jamaica is going to be the time. None of us can make Santa Monica for Jake Fest, Jen. Yes, I get it. Has to be in Austin or Dallas, right? I do like Austin and Dallas as Jake Fest locations, and I think I can make that work with some of my other jiu-jitsu interests and friends or whatnots. Atlanta. Yeah, well, Jake Fest may be a tour. Maybe a side hustle that I run alongside my comedy club appearances. Anyway, Pick, you're saying we're boycotting Georgia again. Yeah, Laura, Georgia's going to have to get some things straight before then. Keys, you're asking if pets can catch COVID. I do not think they can unless you have a pet. Didn't they have to kill a bunch of mink? Mink? Is it mink or minks? Mink, like mink coat, those little animals. Mink, didn't a bunch of Scandinavian mink get COVID and they had to be put down? Ugh, I don't know if cats can, but you got to watch out for mink. Anyone else watching Ken Burns' Hemingway series? A unique, complex guy. You do dig a Bellini. Did Hemingway love a Bellini? Yeah, Hemingway, very successful alcoholic. So I admire that. I do like Charles Bukowski, again, another like amazing, Hunter S. Thompson. These guys who could put it away and still produce creative output are impressive to me. Although usually it goes along with a little bit of racism and some misogyny. And that's the part that I don't like. Have Jake Fest in Mar-a-Lago, Rich. I don't think I can throw Donald Trump to business, but maybe we can have it at some lesser venue down the street from Mar-a-Lago. Darren, per the CDC, a small number of pets, cats, and dogs have been confirmed to be infected with the virus that causes COVID-19, mostly after close contact with a person with COVID-19. Some pets did not show any signs of illness, but those pets that did got sick all had mild disease that could be taken care of at home. Yeah, I'm not taking my dog. I'm not putting my dog on a ventilator. And I don't have a dog. But if I had a dog or a pet monkey or whatever, I'm not putting him on a ventilator. That's me. It's on PBS last night and 3 more nights, Scott's saying, about that Hemingway documentary. Or in perpetuity throughout the internet for all time for a small fee. The productive drunk is the bane of all moralists, from one of the artist lodges at the Bohemian Grove. Yeah, the productive drunk. It's the bane of. The productive drunk is the bane of all non-productive drunks also, because that's the guy that keeps you in the game. But anytime you're saying, hey, well, what about Keith Richards? Look at all the things Keith Richards did. Well, when you're citing Keith Richards as your example of a winner role model, you're on some shaky ground. That's what your winner looks like. So good luck. Good luck. Darren, you got some more information here. Per CDC, several animals in zoos and sanctuaries have tested positive for SARS-CoV-2, including big cats, lions, tigers, pumas, cougars, snow leopards, and non-human primates, gorillas. After showing signs of illness, it's suspected that these animals became sick after being exposed to an animal caretaker with COVID. I had a feeling these caretakers were handling these animals behind the scenes. In many situations, this happened despite the staff wearing personal protective equipment, condoms, the works, and following COVID-19 precautions. Well, yes, I suppose that's got to be true. Anyone who would try and have sex with a gorilla is sort of asking for trouble. I can't imagine. How do you get close enough to a gorilla to give it COVID? Man, I'm no thank you on that. I don't know if you guys have seen Godzilla versus Kong yet, but Godzilla, big monkeys, super dangerous. No thank you. I'm no thank you on giant monkeys. And that's your tip of the day. I'm no thank you on giant monkeys. All right, let's have a question from the question box, and then I'm going to see how Lady Jerry made out taking our daughter to basketball. She's still basketballing, spring training during spring break. Which person in your family do you most resemble? Me. Which person in my family do I most resemble? Everyone always said that I look like my mother. And I think I do look more like my mother than my father. But I have some of my father's aggressive, angry qualities, if that matters. And they can be helpful at times. But I think I most resemble my mother. And the Korean guy who fashioned our wedding rings, they weren't designed by him, and he was the jeweler that made them, said that my wife and I, but Lady Jerry and I looked like brother and sister. But he also said that since he's Korean, all people from all whiteys kind of look the same. And I said, thank you for that moment of reality. All right. David, you're saying Jake Fest will be an across-the-country Lollapalooza, except you go out for coffee and lunch with Jake and get a fist bump. Yeah, it might be something like that. It might be something like that, David. Or there may be a couple of stops on the Jake Fest tour. We'll see. Keys, you're saying your brothers and you were sitting together and somebody asked a guy, okay, one of these guys is not a brother. Which one is it? And they picked you. Oh, well. It's good to be ourselves, good to be unique. So I mostly look like my mom. I think our daughter looks, a lot of people say she looks like me, but I think she really looks like Belinda when she was young. But she's kind of a good combination between us. Kong is an ape, not a monkey. Monkeys have tails. Yes, thank you, Brad. I knew that. But so far, the politically correct cancel culture has not gone out to apes who hate being called monkeys. A lot of apes are saying, my pronoun is ape, it's not monkey. Asshole. But yes, you're right. Of course, Kong is an ape, not a monkey. And we're descended from apes, not monkeys. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. If you believe in evolution, and if you don't believe in evolution, drink up, and we'll see you tomorrow. But right now, it's time for Seize the Day. Tomorrow's hump day. We're going to pick an animal for tomorrow. So I don't know what animal you guys are thinking, but you can type them in now. Could be gorillas. How about gorillas for tomorrow? Does that sound good? Sounds good to me. Pick, you're saying a lot of married people start looking like each other. Yeah, I think so. People start looking like their dogs, or people pick dogs that look like them. That's a thing that happens also, I think. There was a particular one in here that I was looking for that I saw the other day. Oh, no, I don't think that's the one we're going to do. Oh, searching for Seize the Day. Sorry, I'm having a hard time getting a grip on Seize the Day today. Samatran ass for tomorrow's animal. Brad, I like the sound of it, but I think it's going to be gorillas. Christella, hello. It's Christella. Crikey, Christella. I've had both my shots, and it'll have been 2 weeks by Friday. I have been in to jiu-jitsu, but I'm fully vaccinated. So my understanding is you can't get it from me. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit later about a possibility of us getting together on Friday and then doing the show. Your call, as always, your call. I can't force anyone to do anything. Believe me, I've quit trying that. Dick Van Dyke. Today's Seize the Day is from Dick Van Dyke. Here's the truth. Your teens and 20s are your plan A. At 50, you're assessing whether plan B or C or any of the other plans you hatched actually worked. Your 60s and 70s, they're an improvisation. That's Dick Van Dyke. He's in his 90s now. I don't know if that's even right, but here's what Dick Van Dyke says again. Here's the truth. Your teens and 20s are your plan A. I don't know if my teens, I was on any kind of plan. I was on my parents' plan A. And then my 20s was definitely my plan A. And as we've already learned today and many times in the past, Grandma and Charlotte had other ideas about what my plan A should be. At 50, you're assessing whether plan B or C or any of the other plans you hatched actually worked. Well, hopefully you're celebrating the success of some of those plans or the glorious redirection of some of them. Your 60s and 70s, they're an improvisation. Well, and I have to say, I definitely feel like I'm winging it so far in my 60s since July. Oh, Laura, you forgot to update No Joy in Finding a Raccoon for dinner in Louisiana. Perhaps when you return, you might actually ask about it. Yeah, see, well, you can't really say that you failed if you didn't even try. You can't really say that you failed if you didn't even try. You can't say you succeeded either. I'll see you all tomorrow. Meanwhile, don't give up. There'll be plenty of time to give up later. If you haven't had a raccoon for dinner, there's still a chance. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Now more than ever, try and be nice to a jerk. And see you all tomorrow.